My first trip of 2020 was 16 incredible days spent backpacking around the Philippines. I got to experience amazing Filipino hospitality, delicious Filipino food, gorgeous beaches, clear waters, magical waterfalls, and some of the most beautiful islands I've ever seen in my life. I'm going to show you guys how beautiful this Southeast Asian nation is and why you guys should consider visiting the Philippines in 2020. If you want to see more of my Philippines travel videos, be sure to subscribe below. Right, let's get started on the top 11 reasons to visit the Philippines in 2020. Number 1, pristine beaches. Having traveled to almost 100 countries in my life, I can confidently say that the Philippines is home to some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. The powder white sand, thick coconut groves, and crystal clear waters perfect for swimming, snorkeling, freediving, and coming face to face with tropical fish makes the beaches in the Philippines one of a kind. Number 2, an underwater world. The Philippines might be one of the only countries in the world where everything underneath the surface of the water is just as beautiful as the landscapes above the water. Known to be one of the best places to go scuba diving on the planet, where you can see whale sharks, dolphins, turtles, millions of sardines, tropical Nemo fish, and beautiful and very colorful coral, scuba diving in the Philippines and being underwater is sure to take your breath away. You're probably going to want to go diving once, twice, 3 times a day, and it's probably going to make you want to return to the Philippines again and again. Number 3. It's an adventure lover's paradise. If you're an adrenaline junkie looking for an adventure, look no further than the Philippines. From ziplining from atop of a hill to a small island in El Nido, to jumping on a scooter and exploring remote islands, to jumping in waterfalls, going on boat trips, sitting on a floating hammock, there is adventure everywhere you look when it comes to the Philippines. Number 4 is friendly locals. I think no matter how beautiful a country is, your stay there is not going to be quite as memorable if the people you meet aren't friendly and welcoming. That is not going to be a problem in the Philippines, as everyone is very proud, very happy, always smiling, and is very welcoming to people from all over the world. Everywhere I went in the Philippines, everyone kind of welcomed me with open arms. They were very kind, very generous, and I think it's one of the things that draws people back to the Philippines again and again is the happy, smiling, welcoming Filipino people who are just an absolute pleasure to be around. Number 5, incredible and magical waterfalls. While it is the islands and beaches that will take your breath away when you're on Palawan and other small tropical islands in the Philippines, if you're traveling to Cebu, then it is the waterfalls that are going to take your breath away. Be it floating in the lagoons at the bottom of the waterfall, jumping off a 2 meter, a 5 meter, an 8 meter, or even a 10 meter waterfall jump, canyoneering, swimming, floating, jumping, the Philippines really is home to some of the coolest, most adventurous, and most beautiful waterfalls in the world. Number 6, remote islands. With thousands of islands to choose from in the Philippines, there's no shortage of amazing places to go. From secret beaches and hidden beaches where you must swim through a hole in a rock to discover, or swim behind a big kind of pillar of a rock right out in what feels like the ocean to get to a secret beach and lagoon, to kayaking through small lagoons and big lagoons, going to islands where maybe only 1 or 2 families live on, or going to islands where nobody lives there at all. There's so many islands to choose from. Some more remote than others, some more beautiful than others, but absolute no shortage of choice. Number 7, unique transportation. Another fun reason to visit the Philippines in 2020 is to experience all the unique transportation on offer. From the colorful jeepneys in Manila, to the small trikes you'll find in Puerto Princesa and all around Palawan, to jumping on a scooter, getting a ride in a propeller plane, getting in a fishing boat, getting in an island hopping boat, kayaking through a lagoon. There is no shortage of unique transportation to be found, and as they say, the journey is all part of the adventure. Number 8 is 5-star hostels. I wasn't sure how good the accommodation was going to be in the Philippines, as I had heard mixed reviews before I went. The Philippines is a really cheap country, and so you can find hostels and even private rooms for like $10–15 a night, sometimes even cheaper. So I was surprised to find that many of the hostels are actually 5-star accommodation. Even if you're staying at a dorm, you will get your own towel, you'll get curtains that kind of close you off from the rest of the room, you get your own plug socket, your own locker. Often there might be a bar within the hostel, there might be a rooftop swimming pool with amazing views, and the hostel also organises lots of nights out, excursions, day trips, trips to waterfalls. So there's no shortage of fun. The hostel staff are really friendly, they often have a restaurant on site. And yeah, I think you're going to be really surprised by the accommodation, especially considering how little money you're paying, and it's another great reason to visit the Philippines. Number 9 is Filipino food. You can't come to the Philippines without trying some delicious Filipino food. And while I didn't really know a lot about Filipino food, what it involved, what it was going to taste like, whether it was famous or not, before I came to the Philippines, I quickly discovered which food was the most popular and the most delicious. I particularly loved the barbecues that we would have on the beach, so different types of chicken, pork and fish, always locally caught, and the boat captain would cook this incredible buffet barbecue on the beach. I liked the spicy pork sisig, sort of spicy diced pork dish. I liked the adobo, which I had for dinner a few nights. Delicious lechon, which is actually like an entire pig on a spit. Really popular in the Philippines, especially at like festivals and events, but really delicious as well. They have a dessert there called halo halo, which is also a must try, and many other small specialities that I didn't get to try, but you probably should. Number 10, an eco-friendly nation. I discovered that the Philippines is increasingly becoming aware of the threat of over-tourism and single-use plastic in destroying its pristine beaches and islands. Most tour companies I came across have banned single-use plastic, so you cannot even bring a plastic bottle out onto the boat trip with you. So water is always provided. No straws, you will not find straws anywhere. And on top of that, you must pay an environmental fee, an environmental protection fee, in almost all parts of the Philippines. And all of these fees goes towards protecting these beautiful islands and making sure they stay just as beautiful for generations to come. Number 11, bucket list experiences. One final reason to visit the Philippines in 2020 is for all the bucket list experiences that await you. The Philippines is home to postcard perfect beaches, beaches that you've probably dreamed about visiting all your life. It's home to these crystal clear lagoons that you've probably seen on Instagram over and over and over again, and you save it and you save it and you dream of going there. It's home to once-in-a-lifetime experiences, like swimming with millions of sardines on the Sardine Run in Malbo. It's home to amazing whale sharks in 2 or 3 different locations where you can swim with these very friendly giant sea creatures. You can jump into waterfalls, you can kayak through lagoons, you can snorkel with Nemo, and many other incredible bucket list experiences, from scooter rides and trike rides to zip lining to camping on a deserted island to getting a 3-day trip from El Nido to Coron. Philippines really is home to many bucket list experiences, and you can tick off so many on one trip if you make a trip here. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video about my top 11 reasons to visit the Philippines in 2020. It was my first trip of the year. I absolutely loved it, and I hope I will get to go back probably pretty soon, in a few months. This time I'll probably stay for longer. So if you enjoyed this video, please think about giving it a thumbs up and subscribe below if you want to see more of my Philippines travel videos and more travel videos from around the world. I'm hoping to hit my 100th country this year, so join my YouTube family and let's go there together. This is paradise.